Do all religions lead to God? Well, the short answer to that question is no. Now, you might think that that's a little bit closed-minded. How can you say that all religions don't lead to God? Surely, people are very sincere about the things that they believe, and I agree, they might be. The problem is that things that teach opposites can't both be true. Think about it. You're either watching this video right now, wherever you are, or you're not. Those two things can't both be true at the same time and in the same way. They would be logically contradictory and therefore can't both be true. So in the same way, think about Islam, for example. Islam teaches that there is one person who is God, where the Bible teaches that God is three persons. These two things can't both be true at the same time. They're opposites, and so one has to be false. The Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, the Bible, the Book of Mormon, these can't all be the Word of God because they teach opposite things. And so they can't all be true. And they don't teach different things on small peripheral issues. They teach different things on major core things, major core teachings and doctrines that set them apart and set them at odds with one another. If they did all teach the same thing, well, what would we be talking about then? It would all be the same religion anyway. Here's a helpful illustration. Imagine you have two 20-pound banknotes. Now, you've been told that one is a counterfeit and one is the real deal. How do you go about distinguishing which one it is? You don't just hold them at a way off and say, well, they're both the right shape, they're both the right color, they got the same picture that looks right, they both say 20. No, what you do is you get up close. You don't look at the small superficial differences. You get up really close and you want to see what are the core differences, because we know that there are markers there that point them out. This is the real one and this is the fake. Now, you might find it interesting to know that not all religions even teach that God is the goal. They don't teach that they lead to God himself. Think about Islam, for example. It doesn't teach that God is the goal, but it teaches that paradise is the goal. And depending on who you ask, that paradise can look quite different. Or on Buddhism, for example, the goal isn't getting to God. Some forms of Buddhism are actually atheistic. They don't believe that there is a God. The goal of Buddhism is to escape suffering and reach enlightenment, and that is done through following the Eightfold Path. God doesn't really factor into it much there. Or think about Hinduism. The goal there isn't to get to God. I mean, which God would it be on all the millions of gods in Hinduism anyway? The goal is to find moksha, or that is release from the cycle of reincarnation. So when it comes to this question of do all religions lead to God, Christianity is surprisingly unique in this, in that God himself is the goal, having relationship with him. But it's not a system of works where we have to do better and keep all the rules to work our way up to him because, well, we're broken and we can't do that. But Christianity teaches that God himself stepped into this world to make a way for all of us to be reunited and have restored relationship with him. The Bible teaches that Jesus Christ said that he is the way, the truth, and the life, and that no one comes to the Father but through him. And that invitation is for all. And so the way is narrow, but the invitation is wide. It is to every single person.